Okay, so let's get into this. Joint pain. It's something so many people know, right? It really limits your movement, takes the fun out of, just daily life sometimes.
Yeah, you can feel kind of stuck.
Yeah,
Maybe the usual things, they help a bit, but it doesn't feel like a real fix.
exactly. So what if there was maybe a different angle, a different way to think about finding relief? We got some information, some material about a product. It's called Joint Glide.
Mm-hmm.
And this source, well, it presents it as a natural solution for joint issues.
Right. And that kind of sets our mission for this deep dive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The source material we have, it looks very much like promotional info for Joint Glide.
Okay.
So our job here is just to unpack the claims and the details only from this text. Strictly what's written here. What does it say this product is about?
Got it. So looking just at this text,
Yeah.
wow, it really starts by hitting hard on the problem.
Yeah.
It paints this picture of joint pain just like dominating your life. Stiffness, discomfort, not being able to move freely.
And it positions the standard treatments, painkillers, maybe some supplements. It kind of dismisses them,
Right.
calls them temporary fixes.
Yeah, temporary fixes that don't deal with the underlying cause. That's the phrase it uses.
And that framing, well, that's really key, isn't it? It sets up this problem, this pain point that you, the reader, might feel.
Mm.
And then, boom, it contrasts that with Joint Glide as the potential answer. It calls it a natural solution targeting the root cause for long-lasting relief.
It's that classic setup. Here's the big problem. The usual stuff isn't enough, but here's the breakthrough.
Exactly.
The breakthrough. And the language here gets, well, pretty specific and kind of vivid, actually.
How so?
It calls Joint Glide a breakthrough formula, says it's designed to actively rebuild thick, strong cartilage and also protect your joints. Okay, standard enough maybe.
Right. Rebuilding cartilage is a common claim area.
But then it brings in this idea, I hadn't really heard it put this way before. It claims the product helps neutralize the rust enzyme that causes bone-on-bone pain.
Rust enzyme. That phrase definitely jumps out, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's a very striking way to describe what's happening biologically. Evokes this image of like decay or corrosion inside the joint.
Yeah, like your joints are literally rusting.
And it connects that directly to bone-on-bone pain, which sounds awful. It's language designed to make a strong impression, create a visual, even if rust enzyme isn't, standard scientific terminology for cartilage breakdown.
Right, it's memorable. Now, the text also says the product uses scientifically backed ingredients.
Okay, that sounds promising.
But, and this is important for our analysis of just this source, those ingredients, they aren't actually listed here.
Okay, so that's a crucial point based only on this document. It tells you the ingredients exist and are scientifically backed. It even seems structured to include sections like ingredients and FAQs.
Yeah, it lists those sections.
But the details aren't provided in this particular text we have in front of us.
Oh.
We don't see the ingredient list or the answers to the FAQs.
Exactly. It lists the questions people might have, like, how fast will I see results? Or is Joint Glide safe? Or does it interact with medication? Even specific ones about knee or back pain.
So it anticipates your question.
But the answers aren't here,
Yeah.
not in this document.
So looking just at this source, we see the strategy right. Establish the problem with relatable, strong language. Propose Joint Glide as the solution, using words like natural, root cause.
Make big claims about how it works, including that memorable rust enzyme bit.
Mention positive things like scientifically backed ingredients and show they've thought about your questions by listing FAQs. But
the deep dive, sticking only to this source, shows it makes those claims and sets up those questions without giving the specifics. No actual ingredient list here, no actual studies mentioned, no FAQ answers provided.
It really highlights what the product and the why you might need it, the pain points, but not the detailed how or the proof, at least not within these pages.
Okay, so let's summarize based only on this promotional text we analyzed.
Let's do it.
According to this source, Joint Glide is put forward as a natural solution for joint pain. It claims it can rebuild cartilage, protect joints, and neutralize something called a rust enzyme to stop bone-on-bone pain.
And the promised benefit is reclaiming freedom of movement, getting back to activities.
Right, but again, our look was strictly limited to the text provided here.
And analyzing just this text, it shows a specific way of communicating, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Focus on the problem, use bold claims, memorable terms.
While mentioning things like ingredients and FAQs, but not actually including those details here.
Exactly. It leaves you, the reader, with the problem identified, the solution proposed, and the claims made. but maybe without the concrete info needed to really evaluate those claims yourself, based solely on this document.
So, thinking about sources like this one, where you only get part of the picture, what questions does this kind of analysis raise for you about how we understand claims for health products, especially when key details are mentioned but, well, missing from the page?